extreme confidence.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Again, it's Achane.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Slot man moves right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll run on 1st down. Luke. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Now a handoff up the middle. Luke, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
Now they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Coleman, the man in motion right.
Williams with a little touch pass forward.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And that one goes incomplete on the drive. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's number 1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. This is Coleman with the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Bears 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
To throw, it's Williams. To the right side and intercepted.
Oh, some strong running.
And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You look at this Bears defense.
They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, you're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Play action. Now Williams.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. To throw, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Texans will take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Cunningham. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Partner, that's excellent timing right there. Breaking off the route and being able to hit it right when he stops.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Well, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll set up a throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Throwing is Williams.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
To the air, Williams.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Brings up second down.
Let's go.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Looking to throw is Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Achane gets it from the gun.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Here we go. Reload. Huck.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Escaping the pressure right. It's caught by Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here's Williams.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down. He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. Touchdown, Bears! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 4. That one complete. It's tanked down. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives only yielded 3 points. They might be thinking it's time to make something happen. Push the ball downfield and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Up the middle they go. Luke, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Luke.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Throwing deep here for Coleman.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
60 Bison. Let's go.
Now a handoff up the middle. Luke. They find some open field here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Ready? 70 Timberwolf.
In motion goes the tight end. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Up the middle they go. Luke. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Williams with a little touch pass forward. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of any. A chant hit, and the ball is held. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And to the right side here, it's Allen. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
They'll try and throw for it here. Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. And they've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 20-yard line. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down at about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run with Allen. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Achane once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tank Dell. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now Cade York for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here we go.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, here's Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here we go. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. So it's the Bears who come away with a victory, and it was thanks in part to their man under center, their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. but he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for the Bears, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.